What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Hammernall coming to you with our final part in Splinter Cell Blacklist. So we're getting ready for our last mission. The first thing we're going to do before we launch the mission, we're going to go collect our recon data, which is located up in the cockpit. So we're going to go through Charlie's workshop, go up through the hatch to the cockpit, and go into where the pilots are, and to turn to the left, and right there is the recon data. Some concept art from the LNG terminal, which was our last mission. Very nice. So we're going to head back downstairs, and we're going to head to talk to Sarah one last time before we launch the mission. See how she's getting along.
Dad?
Sarah, you all right?
Oh my God, you wouldn't believe what's happening. They've shut down all the airports. They're telling everyone to stay home, that they don't know where the next attack is going to be.
I know. It's all gonna be over soon, I promise.
Dad, if there was going to be an attack and you knew I was in danger, you'd tell me, right?
I'd stop it. That's what I'd do. And that's what I'm gonna do right now.
Okay. Okay, Dad. I believe you.
That's my girl. Love you.
I love you too.
And that's what we're about to do. We're about to put an end to the Blacklist and the engineers. So I'm just going to make one final trip around the plane. Just make sure there's no more concept art to pick up. No more collectibles. It's too bad we don't have another plane, or excuse me, another helicopter to put in the cargo bay. Cheap government. So let's head back up to the SMI. Let's get this mission on the road. Get our team together to get to our final showdown with Sadiq at Site F. So let's get it going.
We recommend that the growing instability inside the United States due to the Blacklist works toward advantage. We intend to escalate operations, particularly in American client states who may be looking to detach themselves from their wounded ally. Intercepted communications from their secure military network indicate some form of attempted coup or hostage scenario at a secure site. We will continue to monitor events.
So that's the only entrance.
Check secondary defenses.
Grim, you a line open to the president yet?
Yeah, but they won't take our call.
They what?
Look, hang on. I got the president's aide.
I'm sorry. The president is occupied with an urgent matter and won't be able to speak with you.
Tell her it's 4th echelon.
She knows. Sorry, Grim.
Look, I know you think you're special because you sip lattes with the POTUS, but I have a lot of friends on Capitol Hill.
Are you threatening me?
No. Get me the president if you ever want to work in DC again. Now I'm threatening you.
Ooh, grim threatening.
President Caldwell, we believe the Site F bunker under Denver Airport is Sadiq's target.
Was. He had sleeper agents at the bunker. Sadiq has control of the bunker, and he's claimed it's wired with chemical weapons.
We can be there in 2 hours.
No, I'm sending you home.
What?
We have the situation in control. Delta set up a perimeter around the bunker. Sadiq is receptive to talks. If we meet his
And
conditions,
since when does the United States negotiate with terrorists?
he has captured top government and military officials, including the Secretary of Defense.
Extortion isn't Sadiq's endgame. It's too simple, too small.
Unfortunately, the free world isn't run on instinct.
Your hands are tied. Mine aren't.
I did not give you the fifth freedom to engage in a personal vendetta. We have the situation in hand.
You're walking into a trap.
Let me be very clear. All planes, including Paladin, are grounded. The Air Force has orders to fire on anything on approach to Denver.
We have to get to Denver and take Sadiq out. I can't do this on my own.
Of course, we're going to go against the president's orders. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Go for Denver.
Go for Denver.
Go for Denver.
Grim, what are our chances against Denver's anti-aircraft defenses?
They're getting heavy snow. We'll use it for cover and spin in steep on approach. I'll need Charlie's help with countermeasures.
Sure, Grim. Whatever you need.
What? Repeat that. Sam, the pilot's refusing to fly to Denver.
Leave him of duty. Bring Coben up.
Bring Coben up to pilot the plane, oh dear.
And losing the hostages is not an option. Your best chance
Of course, seems like
gas grenades and the tri-rotor.
Coben, you know, seems like we trust him a lot more. So now, we got everything equipped that we need, even though, you know, we're probably not even going to use it. Use everything, we're just going to do everything nice and quiet like, not take anybody out, which is very possible for this mission, even as complex as it is. So we're going to stick with the default black camo, since very much of this mission is comes in a very dark environment.
Coben, what's our status?
IFF has us lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree.
I'll handle electronic countermeasures. You just get us on the ground.
We're gonna get real close.
Delta is closing on our position and ready for a fight.
Well, that could be a problem.
You locate the secondary targets?
Yes, there's a control area with access to environmental, communications, and defenses.
I tweaked the engineer virus and made copies in the flash drives I gave you. Plug one into each system and the bunker will lock down.
We also have a lead on Sadiq's real target.
Their system is totally self-contained except for one thing.
When continuity of government is triggered, all key military and government intel is backed up to the bunker.
That's what Sadiq's after.
We're trying to get word to the president.
They could be monitoring radio traffic. We do this silent.
Buckle up, kids. We're under their radar. You're gonna get us killed. Now for the fun part. Lights out. I'm dropping the gear.
Good to go?
Let's move.
feet. 50 feet.
Oh great, we're jumping right by the landing gear of the plane. That's not really a good move. Oh, they survived, both of them.
What do we do now?
Hope.
Hope is all we need. So we're out here in the deep in the cold. The first part of this mission, there's two ways you can go about it. You can go straight up the middle and just use those concrete pylons to snake your way up through the middle. And of course you'll have to avoid all the two snipers at the front. But I chose to go to the left side and go up the left side and, have a little bit more cover. But if you do go up the middle, the only way you can get around is to the right side, which, will take you around to the back to get there. But I decided to go up the left side and go through the gate so I can have some more cover. I found it just more easier that way. course, you have to watch out for the laser sight from the snipers, so those snipers don't pop your head off. So just waiting and waiting. It's alright. When the snipers get their laser sight off of you, you'll be free to move. Now there'll be one guy, heavy, which will patrol around this left side of the building, but he never goes to where you are on the other side of that fence. So you're free to move all the way down to the corner, where you'll have some cover with the couple of containers and the vehicle, that van. Now that heavy's all the way down at the other end. Don't worry about him. So we're gonna come in this building, close the door behind you. Open up the other door and close it behind you as well. Now there'll be 3 guys that will be talking in this area just for a brief moment, but they won't be talking for fairly long. 2 of these guys will just be working on computers, while the heavy will just patrol around the inner side, inside that server room, where the other two guys working on those computers are. But he only has one pattern. Now I was just kind of debating on what to do first. I thought about going for the laptop first. Just trying to decide whether to go for the laptop or go for the first objective over in the other corner, which the only way to get to the main objective to disabling the fans is to go to the other door at the other end of this room, which would be easier and much closer to the objective, and it has a little bit more cover of darkness. So this heavy, of course, he'll stop at each doorway, just look around outside, and then turn around and keep going out the other end of that door. So I decided to go for the laptop first. Hack into it. You got to do this very quickly, as those 2 guys that are working on the computers will turn their attention. As we almost got caught there, but they didn't quite spot us. You didn't see anything, boys. So the last thing to do is to go wait at this doorway till the heavy's at the other end of the room before moving. So we have plenty of cover behind these 2 boxes, which is right next to the objective, the server, which will disable the fan. So we're just waiting for this heavy to bypass our position. There he comes. Now he'll never turn to the right, so he'll never see you unless you make too much noise. Alright, we got that. So the exit strategy out of this room is to go out the same doorway that we came in and go out the back door where we came, which would be towards the front of this room. And we'll go out, go back out to the gate where we were, and make our way down the ventilation shaft. Peek under the door out back, make sure that heavy's not waiting for us behind that door, which sometimes he might be. You never know. So I started to move right here. I went up the ladder just to see if there was another way, like to kind of show you guys, you know, what I was talking about the first time around as far as getting into that building, or into this building. You can go down up the middle from the start, and then get into cover along the front of that fence, and then make your way to the right side of this building, and then shimmy along the side of this building here and get in that way. It's just another way. So I started to move towards this gate, and the heavy started coming back, and luckily we were in the dark to where he wouldn't see us. Decided to get behind that crate or container. Make sure his back is turned before you move. But you just follow him up to the corner of that fence where we came from at first. So he stops right there at the corner. We're just waiting on him to turn and go to the left. Keep going down. Also, you want to make sure the snipers don't have their laser sight pointed towards you when you make your way to that corner. Sometimes they might. You want to wait right here behind this cover, on this wall, for the sniper on this corner here to get away from this entrance to the ventilation shaft. I was thinking about taking the light out to, you know, be easier on me, but, you know, knowing the kind of guy that I like a challenge, I didn't want to do that to raise attention. So that guy's sniper moved away, or laser sight moved away. And speaking of lasers, once you go down the ventilation shaft, you'll be greeted with a laser grid, which you want to make sure you don't touch, otherwise you'll be locked out of the rest of the ventilation shaft, and you'll pretty much have to start over, which I had to do a few times when going through this mission. But the first time around navigating through these laser sights or not laser sights, but the laser grid was not too difficult. You just got to know what the pattern is and make sure you move with the pattern. Kind of got scared there for a moment because there was no way to climb up, as I thought for a moment. Just waiting for that horizontal laser down below to get further enough away before you jump back down. So when you go through the second vent, there won't be any lasers, but when you get to the end of the third vent, there'll be quite a bit more lasers in this vent, or this part of the shaft, that you'll be greeted with. This part was a little bit more tricky to navigate through. A lot of these lasers were, you know, moving a lot more quicker than the first ventilation shaft. But you're right, you know, the crossover part was very, very hard to pull off, especially, you know, when you got two laser grid, two different lasers coming at you, and then having to get down the ladder quickly. Once you get through that, just make your way to the right and not straight ahead. And jump down off of the vent and then go underneath the platform. And you'll go up to, get through that, get your exploration points. Right here you might want to just make sure you turn off the lights so the badass with the thermal goggles or night vision goggles doesn't, you know, notice you coming out. Close the door behind you.
Any word from Steve? Negative. I think he's too busy talking to the president. You think Caldwell's going to agree to his terms? I think she's playing for time.
Waiting on Mr. Red Eye to
Let's hope she doesn't
proceed further down the hallway down towards a control room. There'll be another guy that'll come walking towards you. Of course, he'll be talking to one of his buddies. But once he does get through talking, he'll make his way down and turn to the right where that guy with the night vision goggles was earlier. And he'll stop at that control room doorway, and he should turn to the right and go down where the guy with the night vision is. There he goes. After he does that, just make sure you move quickly, cover to cover. There'll be one other guy with the night vision in this control room. That you'll have to wait on. Now he'll turn to the right and stop, which would be a good time to move, but you want to make sure you move quickly, as there'll be two guys in this room patrolling. There'll be one end of the room and one in where we are going to be going. And where we're going to be going is to the left. Of course, you want to just get into the vent, just use it for cover for the time being. Of course, that guy that was in the control room, the guy with the night vision goggles, he'll come out of the control room and just come into this room just for a brief moment, but he'll turn around and go back into that control room. Never have to worry about him again. So a guy that turned and went into the room on the right, you want to follow him in when he has his back turned and just go to the right side of that desk. Just wait on him to turn back around, but don't move straight up to the elevators, as there'll be another guy with the night vision come out of those elevators, and he'll briefly come into the doorway, but he'll turn around and go right back into the elevator and go on about his business. There he goes. Now you can go to the left side of the elevators and go out that way, or you can go to the right. Doesn't really matter. So we just decided to go to the right, which will just take you up the same way to the platform above the main lobby of the bunker. So, alright, this next part will take you down another shaft, which we'll use to hack into a junction box, which is heavily guarded by another laser grid fairly easy to get by. Most of them are horizontal, so they'll just go back and forth. So after you hack into the network port, you want to continue going down the shaft, which at first I was trying to figure out how to get down in a way. Of course, I didn't see the ladder on the other side. So once you see an opening between those two laser grids, you'll have an opportunity to slide down the ladder. Easy enough. Now we got a dead drop just ahead. You want to climb back up and go to the right side and shimmy along the right side and drop down twice. And there you'll have the dead drop. So after you get down, after you get that dead dropped, you got a boatload of guys with the night vision, and some that are heavily armored that you'll have to watch out for. Now there's going to be a ventilation, or not a ventilation shaft, but a vent that you'll have access to, which will take you along the corner. The one heavy that will walk around the motion activated door with the RFID tag signature, which we will use to get into the next area, into the bunker. So after the guy walks right past the motion sensor, make sure you get in. We barely made it into the bunker. Now this area is probably the most difficult. It took me quite a few tries to get right. The first time around I went for Objective C, which is the easiest part, and then went to A and tried to go to B, but I found it more difficult to get over to B from A, since you have not only a security cam to get past, but you also had the drone that patrols around this section, and 2 guards that also patrol around the B objective. So I decided to go for the B objective first, as I found it the most difficult. So, and plus it made more sense to try to nap first, and then go back to C, and then go to A last, and then be right where the fuse box or junction box was, where we had to hack into it as well. So this was easier, and it's closer to objective A and B than it is to, or the A and C, than it is to B. So one of these guys near Objective B will go out of this room, and he'll go down the hallway to the right, but he'll quickly make his way back, which leaves us with this one guy. So sometimes he'll turn to the right of that wall and go back around close to the objective and go to the front of the room. You just have to watch his pattern just to know where he's going. But after he goes to the front of the room, go ahead and hack into the computer, which will be your first objective of 2 in this area. So jump over the wall. Now you'll see the second guy come back into this room, right after we get back into the vent, which will take us back out in the hallway. Now, depending on where the drone is, sometimes you'll have to wait, sometimes it won't be there. If it's not, just quickly make your way down where you started from this area, go into that room on the right, and go straight down through a maintenance area, and then take that vent that you just saw to go back out in the hallway, and then go across the hallway to this vent, which will take you to Objective C. So this time around we'll be cutting the communications from the bunker. Be one guy in this office that will have just one pattern. He'll walk around the desk and stop, and then come back around to the right, and usually he'll stop at this doorway. And there will also be a heavy that'll walk into the secretary office just outside this main office area. You just have to wait. So when both the heavy and this other guy makes his way, both has their back turned and moving back away from you, it'll be a nice time to move. You'll come to this ventilation shaft, you'll get your expiration points. You'll come to this hallway, there'll be a heavy guarding this hallway section, which right now would not be a good time to move until he has his back turned to you. Now he'll turn to the left and he'll check on the door. Which he will not stay there long, but he will turn back around and go down. Continue going down the hallway, and he'll turn to the left and go down. Stop at the end of that hallway. The door. Make sure you get in this vent quickly, which will take you to a sort of a broadcasting area. There's two ways you can go about this area. You can take out the HVT after he gets done doing his close-up interview, his mock-up interview for Sadiq, which he'll come into this monitoring station of the broadcast center, which is how I wanted to do it. Of course, I decided to kind of get more close-up and personal with this guy. Now there'll be a drone operator that'll be, monitoring this area as well. So just waiting on Mr. 60 Minutes to get done being Sadiq for once.
Fine. Okay, where was I? Do not try to find me. Do not try to stop me. We and your secrets are already in the wind.
Perfect. Now bring it home.
In the meantime, sleep well, America. I'll be seeing you again soon.
And cut. And good. And get the hell away from the mic.
Alright, after Mr. 60 Minutes gets done with his interview, he'll walk back into that monitoring station that we just came out of. For some reason, he just stood right there for a brief moment. So there he goes. He's going to walk back in that room we came out of. If you want to follow him, make sure you jump over the rails, since there is that one guy that will patrol around hallways. Sometimes he'll spot you for a brief moment and he'll come investigate. So after you bag and tag the high value target, you want to make sure you pick up his body and drag him back into the storage area, or small maintenance area in a way. Now I started to think that you can hide the bodies in the vents, but for some reason we just weren't allowed to do that. I kept trying, but I was unsuccessful in hiding the body. Would have been really cool. The reason why you want to do this is that drone operator will know that his buddy is missing, and he'll send a drone to kind of patrol around this area, but sometimes he won't. It just depends. And sometimes he'll come and investigate the broadcast area himself, the monitoring station. So once you hide the guy's body in that room, go through the ventilation, make your way around to the server and hack into it, and make your way back where you came from. Close the vent behind you. And go back down the vent, which you'll have to worry about the heavy. As perfect timing, he is going back down the hallway, and he'll turn back to check on that door again. Like a noob that he is. So there's two doorways that you get into. You can get into this door and go down to the junction box, or the network port, which will trigger the lockdown. So here we are. So once you do that, the lockdown has been triggered.
Sam, Briggs, it's Grim. We're back up. Someone in the
And
bunker is
it's
trying
gonna
to
get
access
good
the
now.
account. If Sadiq gets to the secure files, you have to stop him now. Whatever it takes.
I got it.
Freeze! Hold it right there!
Why isn't air circulating? Do you copy?
Ventilation is offline.
Don't give me problems, give me solutions. Get me an update on the hostages. Now, we both know that you will give us what we want.
I'm not giving you access. You could destroy America. Start a world war.
But I'm not interested in wars. I'm after the only weapon that matters anymore. Information. Just relax. Relax. It's not your decision to make. The only thing you have to choose is how much it hurts before you do what you're asked.
Screw you.
You've got someone in the bunker. He's special forces.
Take the ring finger.
No, 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 no!
Oh, brutal. Brutal torture.
You are very tenacious. Where's Fisher?
Right behind you. You gonna take me hostage?
Oh.
Communicating with your team. What do you take me for?
So Briggs pulled the old switcheroo on Sam. Pulled it on Sadiq.
I was never one for subdermal radios. too invasive. I have your colleague, Mr. Fisher. Leave us to our work, and I'll see that he lives. Bring him. Fisher will never leave him behind. Get the hostages ready to move.
Bravo. We're bringing the hostages to the tunnel.
Oh, God. Oh, please help me.
What is wrong with you? He's going to bleed to death. Pass me that tourniquet.
Oh, jeez. Cut his whole hand off.
Go to work on the
What a jackass. Dumbass.
No, 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 please, please stop.
He will stop when you want him to. Or he will take those fingers, he will take your toes, he will take your teeth!
I'll give you what you want.
You could have saved yourself a hand. Now transfer the files.
Don't, you can't. I'm so sorry.
You have not thought this one through.
Oh.
You won't risk shooting him.
Why? Because you're gonna kill him? We both know you don't have that in you.
I'm sorry.
No!
I'm sorry, Mr. Secretary. Oh, man. I mean, we had to do that. I mean, there was just no way to get around that. I mean, you wouldn't want to spill the beans as far as top secret information. Like I said, we don't negotiate with terrorists, do we?
This is Majid Sadiq, leader of the men in control of the bunker at Site F. We are exiting with our hostages. They will be released if we are allowed to leave safely. Any aggression on your part will result in executions. Give them to me. Careful. There are snipers out there just waiting for you to make.
So where is Sam? That's the question. And I think we just found him. Oh, sneaky little bastard. There's the man himself. Of course, that's Sam's motto.
I know you can't respond, Sam. But if they leave Denver, it's all over. Stop him any way you can.
I want a full sweep of the plane when we get there. Execute anyone on board.
And the engineers have fallen. Oh. Oh, now you done it now, Sadiq. You're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for that, man.
Finish the job, Sam.
And wait until I get my hands on you.
Shit. Grim, get Briggs and medic now. I'm going after Sadiq.
Copy, we're on it.
This ends here! We are just getting started!
It's alright. I tried this a few times as well. Of course, every time I try to get up close to Sadiq, he would just run away and run to a different part of the area. But if you're well enough in the dark, you can just run up on him and just take him down. Of course, we'll shoot him in the shoulder first. As he runs away just like a coward from a fight. And right here, I was wondering what Sam was doing. I mean, he wasn't going after Sadiq until Sadiq just runs us over to take us down. We're not going to go quietly, are we? Oh, damn. Man, talk about taking your leads out.
It's over.
That's one way of immobilizing your opponent.
This ends with me? There are 12 nations that stand behind the engineers. Behind me! Are you ready to fight 12 wars? Kill me! Kill me! Those nations will rise up.
Man, nobody rises with you, Sadiq.
And I will spill every secret I know. I've already won. There's always another option.
Of course, for us, I'm glad that we're going to capture Sadiq. Let him face the justice of our court system. Maybe he'll get a trip to Gitmo as well, since he's a terrorist. That's where he belongs. So that mission went very, very long, well over an hour. Took a really long time, especially the last part of this mission. So Perfect goes to wrap up Blacklist. Of course, we didn't get the time bonus either. Zero Panther, Zero Assault, just like how we've been doing the rest of the missions. Go out in style. Of course, took us 78 minutes, just 3 minutes above the 75-minute threshold. But that's okay. We completed Splinter Cell Blacklist successfully.
Looks like our wire transfer's been received.
So how many rounds does this thing hold?
It's 20 rounds in your basic magazine. Get your finger out of the guard. You gotta put a hole in the plane.
Relax. Hey, Briggs.
What's that?
My gun?
Yeah, what's he doing out of his cage?
Hey, it's nice to see you too, Briggs.
Just giving me some weapons intel.
It's like I'm part of the team now, huh?
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, Kobe.
Welcome back, Briggs.
Good to see you too, Grim.
So what's up?
They're making it official.
That the United States has conducted an operation that has killed Majid Sadiq, the leader of the terrorist organization known as the Engineers.
First time I talked to a dead man.
Who are you?
We're gonna start from the top.
We give thanks to the brave men and women who work tirelessly to bring these terrorists to justice. The world will never know their work. Their names will be lost to history. But their sacrifice will never be forgotten.
Oh, wow. It's unbelievable that we can come back to this game after 5 years of last playing it and beating this game again. Of course, it was very, very enjoyable back when we played. Played this game when it first came out back in 2013, and to experience it once again. Of course, for me, and playing it in 2018.
Hey, Sarah, pick up, please. It's me.
Dad, sorry. I'm kind of screening my calls right now. There was some shooting around here, and it's just...
I understand. I just wanted to let you know I'm going to be home soon.
It's over? It's really over. And you're okay. And Uncle Vic and Anna
And we're going to have some new scars, but we all made it.
Oh, God. It's so good to hear. I was scared, Dad. Everyone was scared.
Don't tell anyone, but I was a little scared, too.
Wow, no, I'm really freaked out. But you mean it, Dad? It's over? No American dust?
Not this time. I need to make sure not ever.
Not ever? You're staying with them. It's a job.
You know I have to. But I'll always come back when I can. I'll always come back for you, kiddo.
Yeah. I know you will, Dad. I love you. I'll see you when you come home.
So letting that post dialogue go through, apologize for that. So what I was saying, it was just so great playing this game in 2018. Even though there's still not another Splinter Cell game yet announced from Ubisoft, I was hoping that at this year's E3 that a new Splinter Cell game would be announced and debut, but of course we're going to have to wait a little longer before that comes out. Can't really wait to see what it would be, what the details of that's going to be, even if there's going to be a late report on that. And hopefully it'll be good. I hope Michael Ironside will come back to the role of Sam Fisher when that game does release. Of course, we don't even know what the title is. Even though there have been some teasers like the Amazon thing where there was a Splinter Cell 2018 pre-release game, and it was just a teaser, kind of a fake in a way. So a little disappointed at E3 not to get the new details on the next Splinter Cell title. Other than that, playing this game once again is just action-filled. Anybody who likes to play, third person or even play with some stealth in it, this game is really for you, for anybody out there, and it will never let you down. Announcements for my channel. Some future projects that we're going to work on. I've been thinking a lot about Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. We put that project off due to the recording software that Bethesda, for some reason that game just would not let us record with our recording software that we have. So the only route that I'm pretty much going to have to take is with the NVIDIA software, the game experience software, the GeForce experience software, which will allow us to do that. So we'll go ahead and press on and maybe work on completing that game this month and in July, and maybe we'll play some of the Last of Us, which is on the PlayStation Now platform. I can do that with the PC, so you might expect a live stream of that on my channel. And there was something else I wanted to announce, if I can think of it. Oh, the Adventures of Captain Spirit, which is a spin-off series of the Life is Strange. I think it's only one single episode, which is kind of like a teaser episode to what to expect for Life is Strange 2. That'll be coming out on June 26th, which that'll be sometime next week. So we'll do a live stream of that next week. Other than that, I really don't know. We'll figure out something. But until then, just be kind of a mystery. But I hope you guys enjoyed all of our walkthrough of Splinter Cell Blacklist. Until next time, as always, keep the hammer down and keep on gaming. We'll see you guys on the next game and the next walkthrough, guys. Peace out.
Nice to see you up and around, Vic.
Nice to be around. Another week in that hospital and I would have killed myself by eating the food.
Did they treat you okay in there?
Doctors were great. The nurses? Oh, Sam, you remember that elephant you nearly bought in Thailand that time?
How could I forget? You keep reminding me.
Whoa, hold up a sec. You bought an elephant?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I swear that elephant must have gone to nursing school. As a guy in a nurse's uniform who looked just like him showed up and shoved a needle in my ass 3 times a day.
There's no way that elephant would have graduated by now.
Okay, you got me there, but... seriously, it's good to be out.
You sure you're okay, Vic?
Last time I felt this good was my 2nd divorce. Look, after 2 months flat on my ass, I'm looking forward to getting back to work.
You got a project in mind?
Oh, yeah.
Vic.
Sam, I think Charlie's got some new gear he's working on.
Grim, how's the roll-up on the engineers going?
Between the SMI and the intel you and Briggs got in Denver, we were able to draw a pretty accurate map.
We figure out how deep their connections go?
Every question we answer leads to more questions. The scope of Sadiq's operation is incredible. We're lucky you took him down when you did.
The team took down Sadiq. We both know you deserve a lot of credit.
Thanks. I should get back to work.
I forgot how uncomfortable compliments make you. Thanks, Grim.
I'll talk to you later, Sam.
We're probably looking for...
So, you headed back to Langley?
No way. I want to stay in the field unless you don't want me on the team.
Of course I want you on the team.
Right. I mean, who else is gonna bail your ass out when you get yourself captured?
Hey, at least I didn't get shot.
I'd still bail you out then, too.
Nice work, Briggs.
Good to go whenever you are. Just say the word, Chief.
Hey.
Go.
So, after everything I did for you, you're gonna turn me loose, right?
No, you've ruined any chance of that happening.
Come on, I saved the plane, I rolled over on my clients, what the hell?
Exactly. You proved yourself useful. I'm keeping you here.
You're kidding, right?
I know. Surprised the hell out of me, too.
So what, I'm like part of the team now?
You weren't that useful, Kobe. That's all for now.
Wait a minute, where are you going? We gotta talk contract, deal points!
Hey, Charlie. I just want to say nice work.
Thanks, Sam.
You really came through for the team and Vic.
Well, that really means a lot.
What it means is you got 5 more seconds to enjoy before you got to get your ass back to your desk. We got work to do.
You're just a big softie, aren't you?
Nice work, Charlie.
Thanks for keeping me on the team.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm all right. I think I just got rid of the last of the turkey leftovers.
Avoiding them was my plan all along. Things getting back to normal?
Slowly. Gas is still through the roof. A couple of airlines are in trouble. About what you'd expect.
But nobody's throwing bricks through coffeehouse windows anymore?
Not anymore.
Oh, that's good to hear. Look, I gotta go, kiddo. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, you too, Dad.